Okay, hi everybody. Um, okay, so I've had some questions about how to use my Crescent Moon Oracle deck. And I thought that this video might help clear some things up. The deck does come with two quick tip cards that kind of break things down and give you like a little guide to use. But I realized that maybe that's not enough. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and I've separated the deck into sections. There are 52 cards with the two quick tip cards, so 54 cards in total, but 52 cards that you'll actually use for a reading. And so, like I said, I've gone ahead, I've separated the deck into the different sections, and we'll just go through them one at a time, and I'll explain my intent behind each section. Okay, well, let me start by saying that when I created the deck, I was going to name it the Crescent Moon Clarifying Deck because I thought that it would be good to use to enhance or clarify tarot readings. And if there's anybody watching that's new to tarot and you're not sure what I mean by clarifying, it's simple. You do a normal tarot spread, a normal tarot read, and sometimes the cards that come out, the message isn't as clear as you might want it to be. So you grab another tarot deck or you grab an oracle deck and you pull a few cards and you deepen the meaning of those tarot cards that came out in the reading. And so that was my intent when I created this deck. But then I realized I didn't want to assign a purpose to this deck and therefore limit its use. So it's just an oracle deck. Okay, every reader, I realize they buy decks and they use them based on their own practices, based on their own style. And I wanted to make sure that I created a deck that could assimilate itself to whatever style you use when you do readings. Okay, so like I said, the quick tip cards that come with the deck are separated into sections, and those are exactly the sections that we're going to talk about. Okay, first, we have the 12 zodiac signs. And my intent behind the zodiac signs. If one of these or a few of these show up, basically it's speaking to the general characteristics of that particular zodiac sign. For instance, the other day I did just a 3-card pool with just this deck. I didn't use it as clarifying, I just used it as a daily oracle message. And I randomly pulled 3 cards. The 3 cards happened to be Sagittarius, Leo, and Libra. And that said to me, Libra meaning balance, Sagittarius and Leo being fire signs, being active. Sagittarians are known for their will-do attitude. Leos obviously are known for pride, ego. And so those 3 cards coming out together told me that the message was to find a balance between those 2 fire energies, to find a balance between the go-get-em, will-do Sagittarius energy and maybe being driven by pride, which was the Leo energy. So that's just an example. But another way that you can use these zodiac cards, let's say Cancer. Let's say that the Cancer card comes out as your clarifier. It's a water element. It's known for, emotional depth and empathy. So I would say that if that comes out, it's a message to take a look at your emotions. You're either not tapped into your emotions enough, or you're allowing your emotions too much power, and that's where the reading comes into play. Obviously, the card is going to clarify something that's already been said. Okay, so I think you understand then. The zodiac, like I said, is just basically the characteristics common to these zodiac signs. Okay, the next section is the ruling planets, beginning with the sun and the moon, Mercury, Mars, Venus. Okay, I went ahead with these cards and I put keywords on them because I realized that, there's probably a higher percentage of people that are familiar with a few characteristics of the zodiac signs. You have a Libra in your life, or you have an Aries in your life, and you kind of know what those people are like. So, but it's a little bit more difficult unless you've been in astrology for years. It's a little bit more difficult to, instantly identify what the ruling planets control. So, taking that into consideration, I went ahead and I put some keywords on these cards. So obviously, the moon card shows up and it's about emotions and instincts. So this would be a message, once again, to take a look at your emotions, how you're dealing with things. Maybe trust your instinct. Mars, energy and assertiveness. This could be a call to action card when it shows up. It could be a slow down, you're moving too fast, cautionary card. Like I said, this is based on the reading. If you're using them as clarifiers, this is based on the reading that's already come up. So, okay, our next section is the months, January through December. And, my intent for these is not... It's not to pull the March card and tell a client, okay, Mr. Tall, Dark, and Handsome is going to come into your life in March. That's not my intent. And I don't believe that, personally, that a tarot reading or oracle cards can tell you exactly when something is going to happen. I don't think that I don't think that's how it works. So my intent is, like I wrote on the quick tip, they're indicators of time, or they're references to an important event. So for example, if the April card comes out as a clarifier in a love reading, perhaps it's an indication that one or both of the partners in the love reading, they could have a birthday in April. There could be something important about their relationship that started in April. It's really just to focus the client's energy on that month and to find what resonates with it. And it could also, of course, it could speak to something that hasn't happened yet. To say, okay, heads up for May. If the May card comes out. So that, and I think you understand, that's kind of what I mean. The cards will take on an energy based on who is using them, based on the reading that you're using them to clarify. But like I said, I didn't necessarily intend for the months to indicate something specific happening at a specific time. I intend them to focus energy toward that month and what it might mean to the client in the past, in the present, what it could mean in the future. So, and basically that I intended the same thing for the 4 seasons. Obviously there's a little bit deeper meaning: spring, summer, fall, winter. Obviously you have a new beginning and an ending. Sometimes in the summer we have a tendency to kind of feel stagnant in the heat of the summer. Things have, started to dry out. And so I guess if August shows up in the read and you're in the northern hemisphere and August for you is the hottest month of the year, you're going to maybe start to feel kind kind of weighed down and kind of stagnant. And that's something to keep in mind too. So there could be energy assigned to the seasons as well as time indicators, similar to the months. So, okay, moving on. Then I included the 7 chakras, beginning with crown, ending with root. And I decided, just for the ease of use, similar to the ruling planets, I put keywords down at the bottom of the cards. So those are self-explanatory when they show up. Obviously, if the heart chakra shows up as a clarifier, it's to focus your energy on love and compassion, you know, things that purify your heart chakra. Then we have the Yin Yang cards. And once again, I put keywords down at the bottom. I know sometimes people can get confused as to which one is masculine, which one is feminine. So I made sure to tell you that yin is the feminine energy and masculine is the yang energy. That does not in any way mean gender. That's just energy. So whoever you are, whoever you identify as, whatever kind of relationship you're in, yin is feminine energy, not gender. Yang is masculine energy, not gender. So those 2 cards obviously show up as a clarifier, and that's a focus on that energy. Maybe you're allowing your masculine energy too much power, and you're silencing your feminine energy, and there needs to be a balance created there, and vice versa. Okay, then we have 3 cards: dreams, signs, and triggers. Okay. My intent behind these cards is indicators of the way the universe is delivering messages. So that could be signs in the form of angel numbers. It could be triggers, you know, something that spikes your temper, or it could be dreams that you vividly remember the next morning. All of those are ways that the universe delivers a significant message. There's something they want you to know, they want you to pay attention. And so when these show up as a clarifier, it's telling you, pay attention to what just made you angry, pay attention to what made you jealous, pay attention to the signs and your dreams. And finally, we have ego and intuition. Ego, 3 dimension, intuition, 5th dimension. My intent behind these cards is, once again, when they show up, if ego shows up as a clarifier, it means you're spending a little bit too much time in your low vibration, 3rd dimension, and you need to elevate it. You need to get out of that ego-driven way of thinking, which generally leads to needing like outside validation, and you need to raise your vibration. The same if the intuition card comes out. It's to focus your energy on the 5th dimension, and basically just, maybe it's a pat on the back saying that you're doing good. Maybe it's a reminder to follow your intuition. So yeah, I mean, we're clear on that. That makes sense. Okay, so those are the cards. And like I said, basically everything I just said is abbreviated on the 2 little quick tip cards to help you out. And this is the Crescent Moon Oracle deck, which is available on my Etsy shop, which there's a link below in the description if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Instagram, the link to Etsy is in my profile. Also available is my Love Confessions deck, which is 78 messages, soul confessions, love confessions from your divine counterpart. And that's also available on Etsy. And they can be purchased together as a bundle. You save a little bit of money. Okay, so I hope that helped, everybody. And thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. Check out my Etsy shop if you get time. And leave a comment below if you have any questions, please. I'll be happy to answer. Okay, bye everybody.